Good morning, children. Children, in the last class we learned about the chemical double displacement reaction. In that we learned that lead nitrate when reacting with the lead nitrate reacting with the potassium iodide, it gives lead iodide and potassium permanganate. Okay. In the same way we learned that barium chloride when reacting with the sodium sulfate, it gives barium sulfate and sodium chloride, children. Okay, and like that we have seen many examples regarding the double displacement reaction. Okay, today we'll be learning about a new topic in this that is called as oxidation and reduction reaction. Okay, oxidation, the word itself oxidation means adding of oxygen. Okay, the word oxidation means adding of oxygen, or removal of hydrogen. Oxidation reaction is the reaction in which the reaction which takes place by addition of oxygen or by the removal of the hydrogen. Normally we can see generally in our surroundings many oxidation reaction taking place in our daily life. Children, therefore here oxidation is the reaction in which addition of oxygen or removal of the carbon, removal of the hydrogen. Right, now I'll take an example. See here, if you take a copper, copper, normally if you take a copper, copper metal, take some pieces of the copper metal, in a china dish, and when you heat it, when you heat the copper vessel, after some time we can see that it changing its color. It changes into the black color. Why? Means here copper oxide, the black color is the copper oxide. Cu plus O2 gives rise to CuO. Cu plus O2 gives rise to CuO. CuO is black color. Normally we know the color of copper. Copper will be in a reddish, sometimes it is a shining yellow color. Orange color like that. Copper metal. Normally copper vessels in each and every house we find the copper vessels. Drinking of water from the copper vessels is very good for health, children. Therefore here copper, when it is heated, when we heat the copper in the presence of the oxygen, that is addition of the oxygen. When we are adding of the oxygen, we are getting of copper oxide. Copper oxide. Therefore that is the copper oxide is a black in color. Normally copper, which is a shining yellow color, when it is heated, it becomes the copper oxide. Therefore this reaction we call it as the copper. This reaction is called as the oxidation reaction. Oxidation reaction is the reaction in which addition of oxygen. Children, in the same way, next if we can see over here, this copper oxide, when we add, when we pass the hydrogen gas to it, we get copper plus water. Copper plus water. Copper oxide, which is of a black in color. For the copper oxide, which is in black in color, if we pass the hydrogen gas, it gives the copper again. And water is obtained. Therefore this reaction is called as the reduction reaction. Addition of hydrogen. See here, copper oxide means here, addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is also called as a oxidation reaction. And here reduction reaction means addition of oxygen or removal of oxygen. Here this is there. When we are adding this one, here oxygen is removed. Therefore we are getting of copper. Children. Therefore here addition of hydrogen or removal of the oxygen, it is called as the what? Reduction reaction. And normally in a reaction, both of them takes place together. That means in a reaction oxidation takes place, whereas the reduction is taking place. Therefore here this is the reduction. This is the reduction, this is the oxidizing agent. Hydrogen is called as the oxidizing agent, and here we are getting of copper. Children. Therefore here in a reaction normally oxidation takes place, whereas the reduction takes place together. Therefore that type of reaction is called as oxidation reduction reaction. Oxidation reduction reactions. This is the reduction reaction. Reduction reaction. Reduction reaction means the reaction which takes place by here adding of oxygen. Oxidation means adding of oxygen, or removal of hydrogen, minus hydrogen. Here a reduction means adding of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. Okay, those are called as reduction reactions. You should make a note of this one, children. Okay, you should make a note of this oxidation and the reduction reactions. Okay, children. Normally, oxidation and reduction takes place both in a together, and one which is oxidizing, it is called as the, okay, here copper when added to the oxygen, it is giving of copper oxide. Therefore, here oxygen is called as the oxidizing agent for the copper. Okay, and here oxidation is taking place, this is called as the oxidizing agent. Okay, and here the one when we are adding the hydrogen to it, then it is called as a reducing agent. Normally we will be using of oxidizing agent as well as the reducing agent. Okay, now see here, we can see this here, and the copper oxide, when we add the hydrogen to it, we get brown color which indicates the copper, children. Okay, here we can see the reaction of with the experiment. Okay, here see here in a hollow tube, here this is a stand, this is a Bunsen burner. Here black color copper oxide is present over here, and here we are sending of the hydrogen gas. And here we are sending of water to it. Okay, water is coming outside. Okay, and here this becomes black color. Reduction of copper oxide to copper. Okay, reduction of copper means here hydrogen is added to the copper oxide. Okay, therefore we are getting of copper. Therefore here this addition of hydrogen is a reduction reaction, children. Okay, like that for in a reaction, both of them takes place, oxidation as well as the reduction taking place. And here some more examples for the oxidation and reduction, that is Fe2O3 on adding of carbon. Okay, we get 4Fe and 3CO2. Okay, 3CO2. Okay, children. Right, 2Fe2O3 when adding it gives 4Fe plus 3CO2. And in the same way, lead oxide on reacting with the carbon, it gives lead and carbon dioxide gas is evolved. Okay, children. Therefore, these two reactions also comes under the oxidizing and reducing agent, children. Okay, 2Fe2O3, that is iron oxide. When we add carbon to it, we are getting of iron and carbon dioxide. Lead oxide, when we are adding carbon to it, we get lead and as well as the carbon dioxide. Therefore, these reactions are called as the oxidation and reduction reactions. And here, have you observed the effects of oxidation reaction in your daily life? Okay, in your daily life, we come across oxidation and reduction reaction, children. Normally, the women, if they are wearing of if the women are wearing the 1 gram gold or other than gold, which is not a pure gold, okay, or rolled gold, we say, no, rolled gold. Normally, if they wear the rolled gold to their body, normally their body becomes the body reacts with the metal, and they will get a black color, or they may get a itching. Some problems will be arise, children. Okay, and here normally the silver, if it is exposed to the atmosphere, okay, if we can see normally the ornaments, which is not gold ornaments, if they are exposed to atmosphere, first they will give the shining, but later on after a long period of time, when they are exposed to the atmosphere, what happens? They will get a black color. Their color will be changing. Okay, the shining, the lustrous property will be reducing. Okay, those are all due to the oxidation and reduction reactions. Okay, those are the oxidation and the reduction reactions that we come under in our daily life. Okay, and here normally we can see the apple when it is cut, okay, if it is exposed to the atmosphere, after some time we get a brownish color on it. Okay, that is also, it is a reaction of the oxidation. That means apple, the fruit, whatever that is there, when it is exposed to the atmosphere, it gives the it is changing its color to the brown color. Therefore, that is the oxidation reaction. Normally, the bananas, okay, the pears, potatoes also, when they are exposed to the atmosphere, they will change their color. All these are the examples of the oxidation purpose. And in the same way, we can see if iron metal is there, if you are having a bicycle, if you are placing up the bicycle for a long period of time outside, after some time they get corroded. Okay, that means there after some time we can see that rusting takes place. Okay, a rusting takes place on this iron metal. Okay, all that is due to the what, oxidation reaction. Okay, oxidation reaction. Normally the silver, if the women, if they wear the silver, okay, after the some time the silver anklets become black in color. Okay, the silver anklets become that means they will be losing its lustrous property, that is it will be losing its the shining property. Why it loses? Why means when it is exposed to the atmosphere, they becomes light black in color or ash in color slowly. Okay, again when they are washed, they with a pitambari or with a tamarind, then they get the lustrous property. Okay, normally we can see in the same way. Okay, that means iron metals, they get exposed to the atmosphere, they get rusted. Okay, normally the silver, the ornaments, when they are exposed to the atmosphere, they get that means they will be corroded. That means slowly they will be corroded, or corroded means cutting off its property. Okay, they will be corroded, and sometimes we can see that they will be changing its color, they become hard. Okay, light becomes the hard. Okay, and it reacts with the skin of their body. Okay, all that takes place. Okay, and in the summers, in the winter season, or in the rainy season, we can see that the electric, we can see that we'll get a problem of losing of the power. Okay, why it loses the power means, normally on the wires, that means normally those wires what we are getting, those are the aluminium wires. Okay, though on the aluminium wires, when they are exposed to the atmosphere for a long period of time, what happens, they get that means light color coated, carbon is coated over there. When the carbon is coated over there, normally it is a bad conductor of the electricity. The electricity will not flow through it. As a result, what happens, we will be getting of the problem of losing of the power. Okay, at that time the electric department, they will take care of that one, and they will solve that problem. Okay, like that. Normally we can see the spoons, when they are kept in the pickle jars, normally the tarnishing takes place. That means the color will be changing takes place. Okay, children, right. Here we can see the rusting of iron figure. Okay, here we can see the rusting of iron. Here the iron is rusted. Okay, children, right. In the same way, here tarnishing takes place. That means the silver spoon, normally after some time it is the black color coating on the silver. It is due to the reaction with the atmosphere. Here Ag plus 2HS H2S, hydrogen sulfide and oxygen gives the 2Ag2S plus H2 2H2O. That is, it is the tarnishing of silver metal. Okay, this is called as a tarnishing of silverware, before and after. Okay, tarnishing of the silverware. Okay, children, like that we can see. And in the same way, here normally copper green color is coated over there. Here we can see the copper pipe. Here corrosion of the copper pipe, green coating on the copper. Okay, here 2Cu plus O2, it gives the copper oxide. Corrosion is the oxidative deterioration of a metal. That means oxidation takes place, whereas it can be corroded. Okay, and here this corrosion can be prevented by painting the iron materials, by the process of the galvanization. Galvanization means coating of one metal on the another metal. Normally this takes place, galvanization takes place on the 1 gram gold coating. Normally they will coat the light layer of the gold on the any metal. Okay, that is the coating of the 1 gram gold, children. Okay, right. And here you can see that normally corrosion can be prevented by least minimizing of the shielding of the metal surface from oxygen and moisture. That is, when we paint, it gives a layer on the metal such that it won't react with the atmosphere, and it prevents it reacting with the atmosphere. Okay, and here we can see that it can be prevented by painting, oiling, greasing, galvanizing, chrome printing, or making of alloys. Alloys means here two or more metals, when they are mixed together to form a new compound, then it is called as the alloy. Okay, a metallic substance made of mixing and fusing two or more metals for a metal and a non-metal, for a metal or a metal and a non-metal, to obtain a desirable qualities such as hardness, to give the hardness, to give the lightness, to give the strength, then that is called as the alloy. Or generally we can say that two or more metals combined together to form a new metal or a non-metal, it is called as an alloy, children. Okay. Here brass is an alloy, bronze is an alloy, steel is an alloy, like that, children. Okay, right. And here when the iron is mixed with the carbon, nickel and chromium, it gives an alloy such that it prevents it from the rusting, children. Okay, right. We can, in the same way, some more effects of the oxidation in our daily life. Normally we come across this oxidation in our daily life, that normally the food products, okay, if the food is left for a long period of time, what happens? It gets spoiled. Therefore, that is due to the oxidation. When it is exposed to the atmosphere, it gets spoiled. So that property is called as rancidity. Rancidity means it is the property of which spoils the food materials. Normally we can see the chips packet, okay, or any packets. Normally in the you can see the air gap. That means normally chips will be very lesser quantity, but whereas it seems to be that it is covered. Okay, that cover, seems to be that it is somewhat is blown air. Why it is like that? Why they can't sell directly which is not blown out, the chips packet? Means here chips packet, normally nitrogen gas is passed into the packet such that it prevents it to expose to the atmosphere, such that it won't get spoiled fast. Okay, if it is that means you should not buy the chips packet which is not blown out, okay, which is not bulged, where there is no air. Air is nothing but inside nitrogen gas is present, such that nitrogen gas prevents that food material to expose to the atmosphere, such that it prevents the spoiling. That means it prevents the rancidity. Normally we can see smelling of the ghee, or smelling of the curd, when it is kept for a long period of time, we get a bad smell. Why means when it is exposed to the atmosphere, it gets spoiled. Okay, and it can be prevented. Normally the pickles, when they are exposed to the atmosphere, they get spoiled. Therefore, how to prevent that one? We should keep them in a tight container such that no air is passed into them. Okay, we can prevent them by keeping them in a tight container. Normally the pickles, they are kept in the jars. Okay, jadi videse. Okay, such that they will tie the cloth, okay, the cloth, everything, and they'll keep it very tightly, such that no air gets into it, such that it won't react with the atmosphere oxidation, and doesn't take place. As a result, it won't get spoiled. Okay, usually substances which prevent oxidation are added. Normally to prevent the oxidation, we add, okay, to prevent food containing of fats and oil, keeping in the air containers helps to slow down their oxidation process. And in the same way, we can prevent the spoilage of food by adding a preservative like vitamin C and vitamin E. normally the food, the yellow rice, they say, your mother sometimes prepares of the yellow rice. In that yellow rice, normally when the lemon, when the lemon is squeezed, okay, or normally when this tamarind, when it is squeezed, we say that they have added tamarind such that it won't get spoiled. Okay, why means here it contains of the vitamin C. Okay, vitamin C, which gives vitamin C. Okay, and vitamin C and vitamin E, when we add the preservatives of vitamin C and vitamin E, they gets, it prevents it from the oxidation. Okay, as such that the food materials won't get spoiled. Okay, right, children. These are the this is about the what, the chemical reactions and equations, children. By this we completed the chapter chemical reactions and equation. Thank you. Have a nice day.